Welcome back. Our next artist loves variety. She owns a lighting design company, creates beautiful sculpture and ceramic pieces, makes handmade dolls, jewelry, and mandalas, on top of being a painter and a photographer. Let's take a look now at some of Louise Lalande's imaginative work.
One day I found a couple of dolls in a store that were really beautiful and funny, and they had wings, and it just, I thought they would make great decorations. And so, also because I explore all the time, I want to try new things, and then one day I thought, you know, I got some fabric, I know how to sew, why don't I try this? And it went from there, and then the next thing I knew, I was on my third and fourth and fifth and sixth. And that went on for I don't know, maybe 2-3 years. And I still play around with that medium, but it's almost like exploring something. And so that was, it was wonderful to do. But they are like little creatures, and they have shown me certainly different parts of representations of ourselves and different parts of a creative process of how things change when you work on something. There's a transformation that's very subtle there. There's a real joy in taking up different things and being curious about exploring how to make dolls, working with beads and working with paint. And for me, it's all part of playing and exploring, and different things come out of different mediums. So I think that overall, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You know, whether it is the one passion that you have and that you keep working at, or whether you go ahead and explore totally different mediums. What I've added to the Artist Way is my love and passion for creating objects that are meaningful to us. And that is what brings out the playful side of us. I'm not teaching how to be an artist. I'm reminding people how to play, and it's fantastic to see people make really beautiful things. Some of them collages, some of them drawings with, you know, made with the shape of their hands, and it's almost like a forgotten joy that we find again. One part that is unique is that I try to work lightly with a light heart and not make objects of art. I try to keep it fun. And so these were my first dolls, and I still adore them. There's something really silly about them. These dolls make me smile because they have a certain silliness to them. They have expression. They're a bit like cartoon characters. They're not really refined. I'm not trying to make them human-like or perfect. You know, if we want perfect, we go to something that's manufactured anyway. The detailing in them is sweet, and what I've found about making these dolls is that they all have a story. Often, I don't see that story until they're finished. So in this case, Ian and Carol Calypso, they're really sweet. And they are, I think, part of my experience in life when I was living in Trinidad and Tobago as a teenager with my family. There's something very connected to human scale in most of my pieces. And I found that many of them have wonderful textures. They're very visceral in a lot of their shapes. I love different colors and glass often in the bottom of my pieces. Again, a combination of hard and soft. They're fun to touch and to look at. Ultimately, what stands out the most for me are the experiences that I have with the people during the process, or the experiences I have in my private life. Everybody gets a different interpretation when they look at things. And you could get 10 different feelings or interpretations for the same art piece. If people can walk away inspired, or if people can walk away with a smile on their face because they thought, you know, it looked funny, or if there's some lightheartedness or inspiration there, that's, I think, the best contribution. Inspiration for people to move forward and find what makes them happy.